Good government is, to me, has always been we, for, and by the people. On how do we connect the grassroots and the grass tops together to help them solve their problems. It's not just government by themselves can do it. I tell people all the time, it's us working together that's going to solve, because who knows best your neighborhood than you? My job is, I'm not trying to hide anything from you. I want you to be the best. I want your community to be strong. So you just tell me what's going on and let me connect you with the right resources, and we're going to follow it through. You know, mental health, physical health, all those things are encompassing on you being successful. All the money in the world can't help you if you don't have your mind right and your health together.
Welcome to the Good Government Show. I'm Dave Martin. And on this episode, you're going to listen to a conversation with Larry Johnson, a county commissioner from DeKalb County in Decatur, Georgia, and that's a suburb of the city of Atlanta. Larry is also the immediate past president of the National Association of Counties. We met up with Larry at the NACo Legislative Conference in Washington. And you'll hear that, among other things, Larry stays in motion. He walks every week. He pretty much walks the county. In fact, Larry made walking the official exercise of DeKalb County. As an outgrowth of his dedication to walking, Larry got sidewalks put in around the county, and that makes walking easier for everybody in the county. Health issues are at the heart of Larry's service to DeKalb and to the nation. As a member of NACo's Health Steering Committee, Larry works on national policy level issues like healthcare delivery, financing, indigent care health, care for the uninsured, Medicaid, Medicare, long-term care, local public health programs, mental health issues, and substance abuse and development disabilities. That's a full list of responsibilities. He also created a prescription discount drug card. This helps cover up to 20% of the uncovered cost of prescription drugs. But Larry came to view service through a very impressive mentor, the former First Lady, Rosalynn Carter. So having that First Lady and her husband, of course, former President Jimmy Carter, helping you as you begin your career in public service, well, I can't imagine a better role model. And neither can Larry. So my conversation with Larry Johnson of DeKalb County, Georgia, comes right up after this short break. The Good Government Show is sponsored by NACo. That's the National Association of Counties. County government is actually the oldest form of government in the United States, and it touches more people directly. Roads, highways, hospitals, schools, recycling, law enforcement, water and sewers. In most of the country, those services are maintained by the county, that's county government. NACo is a nationwide organization that represents all 3,069 counties across the USA. NACo helps county government work better together through things like sharing best practices, because when county government works well, that's just good government. Welcome to the Good Government Show and
it's
a conversation.
Good to be here, David.
Thank you.
Oh man, I'm excited. My first time on.
And today we're having a conversation with Larry Johnson.
Yes, sir.
So, Larry, if you could introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, what your title is, and what you do.
I'm the DeKalb County Commissioner. I'm in Decatur, Georgia. I've been a commissioner for 20 years, and I represent the Southwest DeKalb side and a part of Atlanta. In my district, I have 150,000 residents, great residents in our community. And a larger focus of mine has been around infrastructure and wellness. And so we've been trying to make it happen for the residents of DeKalb.
So 20 years.
Yes, sir.
What made you start doing this?
Man, it's a long story.
We got time. It's a podcast. We have all the time you need. There is no set time for the show.
Right. I first worked with President Carter at the Atlanta Project.
Okay.
His wife, Rosalynn.
So you're a relatively young man.
Yeah, I don't know about that now. But Rosalynn Carter was my advisor. And
a good advisor.
Oh God, you couldn't land a better person. And then I started looking at the infrastructure needs in my area. We didn't have sidewalks, and so we were walking on the grass and dirt. And so I started off just really trying to make a difference. And I didn't want to serve now. I was just trying to find a way to help the folks in our community make things happen.
How old were you at that point?
I was, God. I just got out of college. It was like 27, 28.
Okay, all right.
And so, and I started doing pedestrian safety work. And we got the first law passed in 1995 giving pedestrians the right of way in crosswalks. That little sign you see in the middle. If you come to Georgia, you see a sign in the middle of the crosswalk.
They didn't have that yet?
No. We finally got it done in 1995. And that was part of me building a coalition of residents in South DeKalb trying to make things better. And not knowing, then I would go work for President Carter and be over the what you call the Atlanta Project, and I focus on early learning education, immunization, and then Michael Jackson came to town. That was when he was big. And so
he was big.
Yeah,
he was always big.
Yes, he's always bigger, but he just hit that big one out, the moonwalk and all of that.
Right.
And so it was all about connecting the community to resources and trying to leverage what we have, because the power is always in the community. It's never into the elected folks, but how do we get the people to make a difference in our community?
Now, I have to ask.
Okay.
You worked with former President Jimmy Carter.
Yes.
What's he like? What was he
Same
like
person,
as a guy to work with and deal with on a daily basis?
Remember, he sponsored the program as a program around empowerment, and so we got a chance to see him. But what you saw on the outside, you saw on the inside. He was just everyday people. And his wife was the same way, really down to earth. And they made a difference in my life and a great impression, because he just showed you don't have to have the title to serve.
Yeah.
You can still make a difference without it.
As an ex-president, he's probably set an example that many can't live up to.
No, it's been a great, and that's what inspired me. And then getting at such a young age to have somebody like that.
Like a president.
Yeah, and his wife. First lady, Rosalind Carter was my advisor. And her focus was mental health. And look what we talk about now. Mental health is now, everybody's focusing on that. And she was doing that 20, 30 years ago, when it wasn't popular. And so it's just amazing to see the work that we do and the changes we have to make in our community is still relevant today. It was all about the people for them.
And when President and Mrs. Carter say, you might want to think about this differently.
That's right. That's right.
You pretty much do, right?
Oh, you have to do it. You have to do it. But they always did it under the lens of how do you keep the community involved and engaged. It wasn't about top down. It was involving the grassroots and the grass tops to make things happen.
I'm sorry, my Georgia geography is not near as good as yours. I know he's from Plains.
Plains. I'm in Decatur.
Right. Are they same area? Same part of the state?
No. It's downstate. It's about 3 or 4 hours away.
Okay.
From Decatur, and so, but it's what you call South Georgia.
Okay.
Where the peanuts are.
So what's going on in Decatur nowadays?
What's going on in Decatur? We're focusing on coming out of this pandemic. We're still in it, but we just completed giving about 5,000 boxes of food away last week for Black History Month.
Okay.
Then I did something similar like that a week ago, 2 weeks before that. We're doing COVID shots where we give out $100 gift cards as well as food baskets. And DeKalb has been doing that for a while. We did over 90 tons of food to date and served a lot of our families in the community. And now, post-COVID, we're telling people it's going to be worse than being in COVID because we're dealing with mental health, more poverty, you're dealing with food insecurity, and you're dealing with housing issues. And
that's a lot to tackle.
Oh, yeah. But see, counties have been doing it for years. Remember, COVID unmuted us. We was, how you be on Zoom and you be talking and nobody can hear you.
Right.
Then you unmute. Hey, I'm back.
Right.
So now COVID has shown that the counties are where rubber meets the road, and what we do around food insecurity, mental health, public safety, all those things that we've been shouting about that we need to have funding to hit the road because we're where the rubber meets the road. See, I got to go to the gas station.
Right.
I go to the grocery stores. I go to Dollar General. I go to Macy's. So I'm seeing everyday people
now,
all
do
the
these
time.
people come up to you and stop you and go,
you have a town hall meeting.
Excuse me, but we have a problem here.
Yeah, you just can't get your ice cream when you first get there because it'll be melted by the time you leave. So you have walking town.
Has that happened to you?
Oh, yeah, you have walking town hall meetings in the grocery store. I've started in my community, too, around wellness on walking town hall meetings. Instead of being in the building, I get with the residents. We walk around the community and get exercise at the same time.
How much do you walk?
25 miles a week.
You walk 25 miles a week?
Yes, sir.
All around your
my
town.
area, yes, my area. To just look and observe, and just to clear your mind. You can't. Mental health is not just for the people you serve; it's about yourself too. If you don't have a clear mind.
I have to ask you because you're a snappy dresser, if I may say so, sir.
No,
you got a suit on and a bow tie. You look good now. Is that what you walk around in, or
no? I get my jogging clothes on. I get my shoes on with them thick soles.
Right.
And then I have my phone out. The kids, I got to take a picture of some litter or a pothole and sit it in. It's all about just connecting with the folks and also getting your exercise in.
Now, you mentioned this earlier. I wanted to ask you about this before we started recording. I understand you're building a new walking trail.
Well, we built it already. It's 8 years old, and I'm finally getting it extended it's going to be 3.4. I got $3.5 million from Senator Warnock and Congressman Hank Johnson about 4 weeks ago to basically connect the final connection for my trail. I got a trail that goes from Moreland Avenue, when you come to Decatur, I'm going to show you this, all the way to Stonecrest, 22 miles, where you can bike it, ride it, walk it, and it's going to go past the President Obama School, first school to be named after President Obama.
And what is the name of this trail?
It's called Michelle Obama Trail.
Okay.
And they got to go through past the President Obama School and past the Martin Luther King High School, the first high school in Georgia to be named after Martin Luther King. And it goes right up the Stonecrest, 22 miles.
And can you do it? Have you done it all in one day?
I can't do it all one day now.
No.
I can't do
Okay,
I can go up to about 8.
All right.
But I can't get nobody to go the long way with me. But when it's completed, I'm going for it.
I'm going to give you a free idea here. When you start the Decatur Marathon.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, that's a good idea.
See?
All right.
We try to help
Raise
out here.
money for wellness.
Right. We try to help out with the good government
Thank
show.
You, Dave.
Yes. All right.
All right. Dave.com.
So it's a thank you. So it's almost a marathon. What's a marathon? 24 and a half miles?
I just walk. I don't care. I don't do all that.
You can do whatever you want.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Right. So what is the big issue that you're tackling?
The big issue we're tackling, it's multi-pronged. Yeah. I'm dealing with our young people who need to have a space for them to express themselves. I'm dealing with now the moratorium is off around foreclosure, so I got a lot of folks who may be looking for a place to live. And when I say young people, I'm also dealing with, remember, they had a setback for 2 years being in COVID.
Sure.
Trying to get them back up to speed educationally on where they need to go. And also we're dealing with our seniors. We got an aging population who want to stay where they live but may not want that big house, but may want to have housing in their community. And so it's an intergenerational approach I'm trying to take right now.
One of the other reasons why we certainly wanted to talk to you is because you are the immediate past president for NACo, the National Association of Counties. You spent a year sort of looking at the national picture.
Yes.
What about that job were you able to sort of bring home to Decatur?
Well, my theme was Thrive, technology, health, resiliency, vulnerable communities, economic development. That was my theme for the year. It was about Thrive. And what I was able to do is that you go around the country and look at best practices and promising approaches, and you see what you can do back home. Like if I have a bridge out, I knew when I went to Utah or North Dakota, and when they talked about bridges and roads and what I can do to make it happen in DeKalb and who I can connect with to make those things happen. When I talked about sidewalks, when I talked about setting up urban farms in our community and going to talk to folks in Minnesota who have been on family farms for generations on how important farming it is and having their own.
Now, how does a guy from Decatur, Georgia, talk to a farmer in Utah? How does that work?
You go to a farm I went to the Johnson Farm. Could you believe that?
No.
It was a Johnson Farm, 10,000 acres.
Yeah.
And so
I hung out.
They were farming, I think, hay, and I forgot the other crops they had, but I talked to a farmer and we sat down. We had lunch together. I rode a horse.
Okay. Was that first time on a horse?
Second time.
Second time. Okay.
You know, I'm a city boy, but I do some country stuff. Okay. I'm all city.
All right.
Come on now. But it was mainly on how do we connect as human beings and how do we share so many similar things that we got together. But we talk about all the time. When you see one county, you see one county.
Okay.
But the people are the same. You know, they want security. They want to have a great place to live. They want a great quality of life. And my job as the NACo president was to connect those dots to show how we can connect through Thrive was my presidential theme around broadband, on talking about inclusion and equity, focus on vulnerable communities and economic development, plus health. The H was for health because health is your wealth.
After your year, were you?
I'm still in it now. This is my year now.
No, I mean, as immediate past president, after your year as president, were you more hopeful or more concerned?
I had to be hopeful because I was the president coming out of the pandemic.
Right.
So I was bringing people back into the space of where we can talk to each other one-on-one again after 2 years of being absent. And so the enthusiasm I got around the country was tremendous because everybody know that one of the best ways to connect is like what we're doing.
Just
face-to-face, talking and connecting. And we found out that part of being empowered is that we missed each other. And so my job was then to see how we can reconnect you back to NACo about the resources that we offer, because my job was to let counties know that you're not by yourself. You're not alone. If you need help on farming issues, you need help on urban issues, you need help on rural issues, NACo is your go-to organization. You can't get no better resource than NACo because we have some of the best staff in the world who just at the fingertip phone call can get you what you need, from grants to meeting with national leaders, federal leaders.
Right.
Those resources are invaluable, especially now because coming out of this pandemic, we're just dealing with so much.
All right, so we have a little questionnaire we put together. This is sort of our test.
Dave,
for
the
people
Dave test.
The Dave test. For people, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
It's the good government test.
Okay.
So we're gonna get to the bottom of your views on government.
Oh Lord, help me.
Here we go. So, what is good government to you, from your position as a county commissioner, from where you sit?
Hey, Spencer.
Define good government.
Good government is, to me, has always been we, for, and by the people. On how do we connect the grassroots and the grass tops together to help them solve their problems. It's not just government by themselves can do it. I tell people all the time, it's us working together that's going to solve, because who knows best your neighborhood than you? You know, who knows best about what the neighbor next door may be suffering than the person who lives in that community. But us working together, we're much more powerful. So good government is all of us working together. Government, the faith community, nonprofits, HOAs, youth organizations. I mean, I even bring the football team. I got the basketball team at the table, the Girl Scouts, the Boy Scouts. I don't leave nobody out.
Okay.
Because nobody has all the exclusive answers to themselves.
So how do you know if you're being effective in delivering good government? How do you hold yourself accountable?
Get elected 6 times like I've done.
Yeah.
Because I continue to listen to the people. I never strayed away from knocking on doors. I mean, I have town hall meetings. Last year, I think I did over 2,000 meetings. Where I can go out to them and connect with them on so many levels. I told you earlier, I do walking town hall meetings. That means we don't sit in the building. We go to where the problems are. There's a code issue, there's a pothole, there's some issues in the community. What can we do by walking together? Then I bring out the county department heads to go with me, so they can get from behind the desk. And so you can't legislate.
How do they like that?
Oh, they have to get out. They love it.
Okay.
Because everybody's out. I bring code enforcement. I bring the police. I bring the fire department. I bring our homeless task force folks, and we just walk the community. So you get to see what I see every day.
So you get immediate feedback?
Yes.
Okay.
And I bring residents with me.
How do people know in Decatur, in your county, how do they know if they're getting good government? What should they look for to see if they are?
They should look for results. My slogan is results you can see.
Yep.
There's that pothole.
You have a lot of slogans.
Oh yeah, you got to do it, man. You can't stay stagnant. You
Right.
got to move with your people. That's why I go to second grade classrooms. I don't stay with the dog. That's my toughest audience, second graders.
Why are they the toughest?
Because if you can get them to stand up and clap and understand what you're doing,
Yeah.
I'm doing something.
Okay.
But it's all about how do we meet the needs of our community, like sidewalks. We had places that didn't have sidewalks. Now putting them sidewalks in. We have a program now that we're paving roads, because we couldn't pave roads in DeKalb because we didn't have the funding to do it. Now we're paving over 300 roads for streets that's been some of the worst ones for 20 years. So things like that people can see. I told them I don't want to put no paint in the building, government building, no carpet on the floor. We got to make sure people can see the results of their dollars on the ground.
If people aren't seeing the results, if people don't think they're seeing the results, if people don't like what's going on, what should they do?
They should call us, and they keep and make their complaints known, and they should come to our meetings and let me know at my town hall meeting. And let me know what's not getting done, that we can find the right people to plug. See, my job is, I'm not trying to hide anything from you. I want you to be the best.
Okay.
I want your community to be strong. So you just tell me what's going on and let me connect you with the right resources, and we're going to follow it through.
What would you like people to know? Government is not easy, right?
No.
What would you like
complicated.
It's complicated. What would you like people to know about how government works? Those people that, oh, this is wrong, that's wrong. What would you like people to know about government?
I would like them to really know that what you see on the internet, you need to still do more research. Just because you see a problem that somebody posts, don't assume that the problem is not being worked on. So you find out and talk to your elected officials to get the real skinny on what's really going down. And then we just move from there and build a relationship. Get on their email list. Go to the meetings and find out what's going on in your government. Don't wait for them to come to you. You make sure you find a way to bridge the gap by getting involved. The best way I did it, man, I started getting involved. I started with my daughter's PTA. I was one of the most busiest parents in the world. I started working on my daughter's PTA and helping with the after-school program. That was one of the best experiences I had because I had a chance to give back in ways that I would never know. But I gave back to the young people. I helped the parents at the school. I said the best way to get involved in government is to start at the PTA level.
Okay. All right. You can't say Jimmy Carter because you already said that.
Okay, I can't say that.
All right. New question. Who's your political hero?
Oh, Lord. My great-grandmother.
Tell me about it.
Well, she was the first precinct captain for the first African-American alderman in Chicago.
Okay.
Ralph Metcalf, which was an Olympic gold medal winner.
All right.
After Jesse Owens. And she started working for the Papa Daily. But she got us involved in politics. Before I knew it, I didn't know it in my blood till my relatives told me she was doing all of this type of work long before I was thought of.
Okay.
And so I still got some of her momentums they finally gave to me on some of the things that she was able to do.
All right, you're from Georgia.
Yes.
What's your favorite thing to eat in Georgia?
Oh, you can't ask me that question.
It's right here at the paper. I got to ask.
Can I say a couple of them?
You can say a couple of them.
Bread pudding.
All right.
Shrimp and grits. Fried chicken. And then I make a mean Brussels sprouts. And then I got a ninja foodie now because I got to eat more healthier.
No boiled peanuts?
No, I eat peanuts sometimes, yes.
Okay.
But
you gotta get boiled peanuts on the side of the road.
Yeah. But the crop, the best crop that Georgia's known for, I know we're the peach state, but we do the most blueberries in the world.
Really?
Yeah, we're blueberry state. South Carolina does the most.
What about
peaches.
Georgia?
South Carolina is the most. We do the most peaches and chickens.
Okay.
We're the chicken capital and blueberry capital of the world. We don't give us credit for it, though.
All right, well.
Go Dogs.
Next time.
Go Dogs.
Careful.
Okay,
next time, I did not go to Georgia. Florida State University. Sorry.
Oh, no, I'm in trouble.
I know. Growing up, did you aspire to be a politician? Did you want to be president? Were you president of your high school class?
Yes, I was president of my high school class.
Yeah.
I grew up with 2 teenage parents, south side of Chicago. I came through the crack epidemic.
Yeah.
I graduated went to high school, graduated from high school on my side of town, south side. We had about 700 homicides. Went to University of Illinois, first one to go to college in my family. And then I got active in my Black Student Union. I was president of that. Then I became the vice president of my Resident Hall Association.
So this has sort of been in your blood for quite some time.
Yeah. I started like in 8th grade, my first campaign in high school, and then the rest is history.
So let's bring it back to Decatur.
Okay, where's greater?
Where's greater? Give me an example of a project, of a good government project that you've been able to put together.
I would say my intergenerational center is a 30,000 square foot walking track inside. Computer lab is a place where now we bring all generations together. Pool table. We have a place for differently able folks who want to come. We have a class 3 days a week. Over 400 seniors come every 3 days, and they do aerobics, chair aerobics. And so it's a place where you can now come and learn from each other. And so it's one of my, I would call, legacy projects in the community that didn't have a wellness center.
Do you have an athletic background? Do you have a...
No, public health background.
Okay.
Yeah, I got my master's in public health.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
That's why it's so close to you.
That's right. And health is your wealth. If you don't have good health, you can't do anything.
That's another slogan.
Oh, yeah, but you can't do anything without your health.
Right.
You know, mental health, physical health, all those things are encompassing on you being successful. All the money in the world can't help you if you don't have your mind right and your health together.
So if I come to Decatur, I have to walk the trail.
That's right. Walk the trail.
And I have to get some blueberry pie.
That's right. And bread pudding.
And
fried chicken. And some shrimp and grits.
After all that, I'm going to need to walk the trail.
That's why I do it.
This has been a great conversation.
Thank you, Dave.
With Larry
I appreciate
Johnson.
you, man.
Thank you very much. Thanks
great
for stopping by.
Thank
Good to meet you.
Thank you for hosting.
And we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Stay strong.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Kutztown University is the smart choice for Pennsylvania students or students from anywhere looking for an outstanding college experience close to home and in the heart of Pennsylvania. With over 130 majors, KU has endless academic opportunities. Kutztown also offers plenty of on-campus housing, 24/7 dining options, comprehensive support services to ensure our student success, and so much more. Kutztown has 22 NCAA Division II sports teams and a nationally recognized men's rugby team. How about that? Plus, you get it all with the affordable tuition of a state university. So visit kutztown.edu on the web, kutztown.edu, and see why it's good to be golden. Thrive. That was Larry's watchword in his presidency. A good word for sure. So if you see him out in the county walking his 25 miles a week, and he's got an ice cream cone, and let him finish his cone. Thanks for listening. I'm Dave Martin. That was a conversation with Larry Johnson of DeKalb County, Georgia. Join us next time for another conversation with another leader in government right here on The Good Government Show. The Good Government Show and A Conversation With is produced by Valley Park Productions. Jim Ludlow, David Martin, and David Snyder are the executive producers. Our editor and producer is Jason Stershic. This is The Good Government Show. Thanks for listening.